Driver's side controls. This controls the mirrors. It has a switch to do the left or the right that'll allow you to tilt them up and down. This turns on mirror heat. This opens the driver's side window. Please don't open the window any more than it needs to be. And this final panel here is for the liquid spring system that manages the rear suspension of the RV. Most of the time you don't have to do anything with it. If you notice a red light on here, that usually means you sat in park with the engine running for more than 5 minutes and it's detected an error. If you get that, you can just press the on-off button once, it'll turn off, and then press it again and it'll turn on. You can do this while you're going down the road. It doesn't cause any problems. You do have adjustments for ride quality, which really only impacts the RV when turning. I would leave it on the center setting. And then you have adjustments for RV height. This only affects the low speed. At high speed, when you're going down the highway, it's going to be here in this normal position. If you were slowing down and going into a McDonald's, for example, with a really big apron, and you were afraid the back of the RV would scrape, you would press this button until it was up to the top, blinking there, and you would see eventually the suspension would set to that high setting. It takes it 20 or 30 seconds. It will not do that here because we are not actually with the rear wheels on the ground. We have the jacks up. But most of the time when you get ready to camp, you're going to want it actually set to that lowest position. The blinking light is where it's currently set at. The solid light is, or the blinking light is what you've asked for. The solid light is where it's currently at. So I push this down, it should eventually, and it's not doing that. Maybe the blinking light's where it's at and the solid is, the blinking light's where it's at and the solid is what you've requested. Like I said, it's not going to adjust properly. Alright, using the liquid springs control panel. So like I said, this allows you to set the height, these two buttons here. When you press it, you'll get a light of where you want it to be, and then the blinking light of where it currently is. As you'll see, we're going from low to mid, and I can feel the coach rising. And when that light stops flashing, you'll be at the setting you want to be at. So it's halfway there. And it's there, or almost there. And it's done. Oh, so like I said, if the real use for this is when you are going into a place like a McDonald's or something that has a really tough driveway that's got a big ramp to it, the back end of the RV is quite a ways from the back tires, so it could go up the ground. So you would want to put it in the highest setting here and let the RV come up before you got to that. And if you have to stop and wait for it to come up, that's better than dragging the RV on the ground, possibly getting stuck and having a really expensive tow bill. And as you see, it didn't take it nearly as long to go from high to low. The other use for this is when you park the RV. At most campgrounds, the spaces are pretty level. So what I found the best thing to do is to go ahead and set it, once I get parked, which I'm parked right now, I go ahead and set it to as low as possible. That way the levelers don't lift the RV as much, and that keeps the step from being as far off the ground. So I'm going to go to low. I'll see how long that takes. And that's not taking very long at all. And like I said before, if this red light comes on, you can just turn the system off and then turn it back on, and the red light will go away. And this system is really awesome. It helps the RV ride much better than most RVs do. So you definitely want to pay attention to this panel, but you really shouldn't usually have to do anything. How to start the generator. The generator will only run if there's over a quarter tank of gas in the RV. To start the generator, you come over here to the Gen Start button. First you hold down stop until the light comes on, and then once that's done, you press it up to start, and you'll see the light flash. When the light comes on solid, it's started and ready to run. If you have no power at all, it'll take a few seconds and then you'll have power to the RV. To stop it, you just press stop.